Hello, this is Dancing Bear.
And this is Koala.
Do not adjust your YouTube video, whatever monitor you could be watching. This is a brand new episode, ladies and gentlemen.
After a long hiatus.
A long hiatus for...
We have spoken about it in our podcast, but for those that don't listen to our podcast, Dancing Bears had a little baby, a child.
Alexander James, he is, and I love him to pieces. My son, who is now at this stage just over 5 weeks old. So, as a little treat for those who have been avidly waiting, because people have asked, when are we making more content? So, my passion is one of my very many passions is, of course, Doctor Who. So I thought, well, you thought, I can't take credit for this. This was your idea. Why not do a best rate all the Doctors and companions, both previous and current?
We are missing possibly one or two because I put this list together. It took me ages to track down everyone, including we have just realised we are missing John Hurt.
Yes, but I will rank him last for certain reasons that I will get to. But here, for those that are watching us, is a list. If you've probably already noticed that the top row are the Doctors, all the way from William Hartnell, the very first Doctor, to the latest and current Doctor when this video will be released, and that is Jodie Whittaker. So, do you want me to begin, or is there anything you would like to add?
No, just our greatest top of our list is Time Lord. It doesn't actually mean it always has to be the Doctor, and our lowest one is Harriet Jones, MP, just because that frustrated me and annoyed me.
Yeah, so
let's get on. David Tennant, instantly top row, sexy bastard. We love him. Enough said.
And you could see the passion he had for the show.
He did. He really did. He got most people into Doctor Who.
Yes.
Who's this flamboyant gentleman?
This is the actor Colin Baker. He played the Sixth Doctor. He is known, I think unfairly so, as being not one of the best Doctors, but I think personally he added something to the role.
I thought this guy was Colin Baker.
That's Tom Baker.
Too many Bakers.
2 Bakers.
There's nearly a Baker's dozen. Yeah!
Adum-dum-ts. But anyway, did you want to know where to put where I personally would put the Sixth Doctor?
Rate him?
Now, people have...
Is he a top tier?
Definitely. I think most of the Doctors on this list will
One of the
be...
greatest?
I wouldn't say Time Lord. I would say B.
You'd say B. So
I would personally
say
say B.
Not the greatest episodes or stories, but quite a good Doctor.
Yes, absolutely. Matt Smith...
Please, can I just point out, for putting Colin Baker in B?
Yeah.
Send all death threats to Irvine and not me.
Yes, he's a great Doctor, but not a particular favourite of mine.
Moving on.
Really?
Okay, fine. I don't like Matt Smith very much. He was trying too much to be David Tennant and not enough to be Matt Smith.
So you don't feel it was his own role?
Plus, no, it wasn't. Plus, I didn't like his episodes.
Right, interesting question there. I don't want to go too much into it because we have a lot to cover here. Do you reckon it's the stories around this particular Doctor that put you off him as a person?
Clara annoyed me, River Song annoyed me, his episodes annoyed me, and him trying to be David Tennant annoyed me.
So, I would personally put him at B. What are you saying?
I'd put him at C because he's the sole reason I stopped watching Doctor Who.
Go on then, put him at C. Please send death threats to Koala.
Well, in fact, I think his episodes were good. I just didn't like him, or maybe the other way around. I don't know.
Okay.
Now, this fine gentleman of a man who, a weird fact for you, actually has narrated a little-known game in the Warhammer 40,000 universe called Fire Warrior, and he is actually a fan of Warhammer 40k's lore.
Ooh, is he?
Yes.
Can't imagine Tom Baker.
So was John Hurt and Pertwee.
John Pertwee.
His son.
Sean Pertwee.
Yeah. He's actually in 2 of the movies.
No worries. Tom Baker...
Well, 1 movie and 1 game. You get what I mean.
I think Time Lord.
He was good.
He's the face of Doctor Who. People who don't know old Doctor Who always know Tom Baker.
He is. Now, I'm not going to say Christopher Eccleston is the greatest, but he deserves... He only did 1 season, but he deserves up there.
I agree.
He reintroduced Doctor Who to the masses.
I agree. So, solid A.
Plus, just for that quote, but you're from the north. You can't be an alien. Lots of planets have a north.
Lots of planets have a north.
Peter Capaldi.
Definitely. He had it.
Peter Capaldi. I didn't watch. I think his episodes were bad, but he was a good Doctor.
I think because he was such a good actor, I think he saved a lot of the episodes that should have been bad, but
his character
looked fondly.
See what I mean? He weren't trying to be Matt Smith or David Tennant. He was trying to be Peter Capaldi's Doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree.
Do you get what I mean? Matt Smith was trying to be David Tennant.
Yeah. Paul McGann. Do you know what? I reckon he'd have been a brilliant Doctor if Doctor Who was around in the 90s. He's the perfect 90s Doctor when you think about it.
He was quite brilliant.
Even though he only had a brief time on the role, I would put him at a solid A.
He was only in one movie and then a short story.
And he's done audio. For those who are huge Doctor Who fans, look at his Big Finish. It's good stuff.
William Hartnell. You can't.
Right, I'm going to be honest with you now. I think we have to overlook the novelty that he was the first. So I think we need to judge this Doctor honestly.
I think William Hartnell makes sense as a modern day incarnation of the Doctor. He's sarcastic, he's arrogant, he's a bit of a dick, and he hurts people just for the sheer fun of it. He kidnaps people, he electrocutes people. Well, he's quite a modern humour. He's quite funny.
Interesting fact, again, I'm going to try avoid going off tangents because we have a lot to cover. Not many people know this, even the most diehardest of Doctor Who fans. But even though the show was called Doctor Who, the Doctor wasn't intended on being the hero. The heroes were meant to be Ian and Barbara, the two of the Doctor's first companions.
He was more seen as that guide.
And if you look at the early episodes, the Doctor wasn't a nice man. It wasn't until later the concept of the Doctor actually being the hero of the show came very much later on during William Hartnell's tenure. However, even though he was the first, that should command respect. But I think, where does he put? I'm going to have to put the first Doctor, and you may disagree with this.
I would put him at C.
You're putting him at C. I'm going to say B. I'm going to be a little bit more forgiving.
All right, we're because he without him it would not exist.
Yeah.
But it's like saying the first man to drink milk is responsible for milkshakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weird analogy.
No, I agree. I do. I agree.
This fine gentleman is. I haven't seen much of him, but I know he was a bit of a sarky bastard. He was.
He was the most manipulative of Doctors. Not many people know this.
I have seen, because recently they brought out limited edition collections. I have seen his argument about nuclear war when he's arguing with Morgana.
Yeah. Oh, got that episode. Yeah, Battlefield. Of course I've got that episode. I've seen it because... Should I tell it? I mean, so this might put people off. In that episode, it was strongly rumoured that the Doctor was Merlin in another life. So a bit of FYI there. Him as a Doctor as a whole, I will always applaud Sylvester McCoy's performance because he brought a sort of mystery back to the role again. A trait that some would argue was lost throughout the run of the original series. I am going to either put him on A at Time Lord, but I'll let you decide. One of them two. He was a good Doctor.
I mean, he pulls off that hat.
He is the Doctor.
The second Doctor.
I feel this Doctor's quite overlooked, surprisingly enough. Patrick Troughton's...
Interesting bit of lore. He is the first one to use the sonic screwdriver,
yes, he is. He is, yes. Absolutely. Overlooked, a very good Doctor. Probably one of the warmest Doctors, if you ever watch his episodes. I'm going to have to put him at B, though, because I know you're sort of toying with the idea of putting him at B. Peter Davison, the fifth Doctor, again, brought a certain youngness and freshness to the role that hadn't been seen at that time yet. I wouldn't say overlooked. When I socialise with other Doctor Who fans, he's tended to look through fondness when they remember the Peter Davison years.
I know he's one of my... It's either Sylvester McCoy or Peter Davison's. It's like my mum's favourite.
Okay, I am going to have to say A personally, but it's entirely up to you. Or maybe even B.
What were his greatest sort of... What did he add to the lore and things? Didn't he have some decent Dalek or Cybermen ones or something?
He had
run-ins with Master?
I think I could be wrong saying this, but I think he's the he's had more run-ins with the Master than any other Doctor. A lot of the Masters in a lot of it's either him or John Pertwee. If you're asking me what he added to the role, I would say he brought a certain dimension to the character where when the Doctor was in danger, you actually felt he was in danger. He wasn't as, how can I word it, manipulative. No, it's a bad word than the other Doctors were. You know, the Doctors were quite intuitive.
Yeah.
Peter Davison's contribution to the role didn't really have that. It was a young naiveness to the role. A feckless
Honestly,
charm.
I'd put him as A just because he's the only man in fiction I know that can pull off wearing a stick of celery.
Yeah, to be
Come
fair.
on. Man's got swag. He walks into he walks in a room, everyone notices him.
Absolutely. John Pertwee.
I know this is one of your favourites.
Yes. Is it that obvious?
Yes.
Well, all you need to do is reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. That is a statement that actually originated from John Pertwee's Doctor. This is hard for me.
Yeah, but that's not as famous as Wibbly Wobbly Timey Wimey. Yeah. You can take that fact and shove it right up there.
I would say A for John Pertwee's Doctor. The only Doctor that we know of was stranded on Earth and had a broken TARDIS because the Time Lord stopped him. But yes, you're lingering over Jodie Whittaker. Now I'm going to be honest with you.
A lot of fans don't like. I rather like her. She got me back into Doctor Who, but season 1 wasn't very great.
Do you know what? This is the only Doctor, only character that I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let you rate. So you have the reins on this one.
Jodie Whittaker has 2 things I like. She's the Doctor, and she's got a great pair of eyes.
Oh, so for God's sake, you answer.
No, I don't like that a lot of people are... She's literally holding on to the role for dear life. And a lot of fans, the only reason there are a lot of people out there that don't like her being Doctor just because Jodie Whittaker is a her. And I think that's wrong because she's got this... She's a right northern lass Doctor.
Yeah.
You know, not many other Doctors would stroll up to a Cyberman and go, "Hey, up.
Yeah.
You best get off my fucking land."
So where are you going to rate her?
Plus, she's got more of an emphasis on family.
Yeah.
She seems more loving and care, and she's quite socially awkward, which I love. So I would... Season 1 weren't that great for me for episodes.
I think a lot of people agree with you there.
Honestly... I'd put her at B, would put her as a solid B. That's right, to me, she is better than Matt Smith. And if anyone don't like that, because for any reason, Season 2 was good, it added good things. Yes, the lore has gone a bit all over the place, but it's a 50-year-old show. You can't keep up with the lore.
I agree. I do agree with that. Have we done all the Doctors already?
Yeah.
Right, should we mention John Hurt's Doctor, the War Doctor, at this point?
John Hurt's War Doctor. Now, I quite like him.
Even though you can't see it, even though he had only a brief cameo on the 50th, his Doctor is widely explored in the audio releases. I'm personally going to get, even though we can't visually, we can't put him on air because we haven't got him, but we're going to put him on it. I personally think he should go on air. Because of the idea of him. Okay,
because he's also the only Doctor that didn't go by the Doctor.
Yes, I completely agree. Mickey. Now we've finished the Doctors. Now we're purely on companions. Mickey Smith. I liked him. I think he's one of those companions that had a good...
He was a cheeky chappy, but he was terrified of everything. I loved him.
Yeah, he was the more realistic of people, wasn't he?
He had some decent episodes. He had a decent ending.
Yeah.
I would put him on B because you saw him grow from the scared child to the guy that can take stuff.
Yes.
B or C?
I'm going to say B. I'm tempted to even say A, but I think B. River Song, yeah, a good character ruined by Stephen Moffat.
She was.
I'm not even going to go down that road.
She was a good character and idea at first, and then her storyline
completely
ended,
ruined
and it
by
was
Moffat.
bad. It was just Bradley Walsh.
I'm going to give him an A.
He is a good character.
He is a very good character. He's like the father.
It's almost like him and Jodie Whittaker are one entity.
I'm going to say something that's going to be perceived as quite controversial now. Definitely the most liked companion since Catherine Tate's. Donna, do you agree with me when I say that?
Yeah.
Right. I've got a bizarre... How can I word this? interpretation of her.
I liked her at first, and then I didn't like her.
I didn't. Strictly going on narrative. I think she would have been more likeable. Right. Oh God, should I say this? I don't like certain TV programs that explore relationships. Look how abusive the woman is being to her boyfriend. Isn't that funny? Because I hate to do this, but if the way Amy treated Rory, if it was the other way around, would it be as acceptable? If Rory was as verbally abusive to Amy as Amy was to Rory, would it be accepted? Can I say that? You can cut that off if you want.
No, you can say that, but I also got the thing with Amy Pond. Yeah, she's quite an attractive woman, but it's almost like 5 or 6 people were writing her at once, so the character changed from episode to episode.
I don't like her story arc. I think in narrative, I think the character Amy Pond, they could have done so much more. It was just a good idea in paper, but I just think it was handled terribly.
Now, this character...
You're going to hate me, I like him.
Well, I was going to say, I love what's happened with the picture that the head got cut off.
Because in narrative, he actually is headless. I'm going to give him an A. I don't know about you. I won't say Time Lord. I think that'd be pushing it.
He isn't it? Because he's what? I just liked him. Ryan Yaz.
Yeah.
One of the newer companions. He annoys me.
Right, Ryan. I think, to be honest with you, he's one of those companions that can do so much more. There's a lot of potential there, but they're not. I mean, so this is the 2nd season now. We're approaching the 3rd season. They can do so much more with him, but they're not doing a lot with him.
Yeah, he's all right. He's not. D or C.
I think C. I think D's a bit harsh, to be honest. Same reasons. Yeah, I think the most memorable companion out of the current 3 is going to be Graham, isn't it? To be honest with you, I think in 5-10 years' time, with the Doctor's current companions, people are just going to look at Graham. Which in itself is an awful shame, because they are 2 interesting characters. Because if you remember at the start, they were tackling dyspraxia, which is a condition that affects me. So I found it incredibly relatable. But they didn't
really... at first, and then they did nothing with it.
Yeah. So quite disappointing, but hey ho, they might explore it in the next season. Ace. Do you know anything about Ace?
I don't.
Ace is actually the last companion in Doctor Who's last original run. She's also quite memorable, as they were... It's quite sad, actually, because in the last season they was just starting to explore her origins of Ace. Definitely the strongest companion of the classic Who series, or at least one of. They was having the... again, I'm trying to stop myself from going on a tangent.
K9?
No, actually, no. I wouldn't say I did.
You did. You said definitely one of the strongest companions.
She is one of the strongest companions.
She's nowhere near K9. I'm just going to skip ahead and put K9 at Time Lord.
K9 is definitely the most remembered, so you'll get no argument from me.
No, it's because K9's a good boy.
K9's a good boy.
K9 is the goodest boy.
Going back to Ace.
Fight me, Internet.
People were starting to get fed up of the Doctor's companion screaming and appearing to seem fickle. So the idea of Ace that were created, they wanted a strong-willed companion with a strong character that was quite brave.
Didn't they run into the trouble, though, that she was... You could instantly tell that it was a bunch of middle-class white men from the BBC writing what they think kids sound like.
Absolutely. It was a case of middle-class men trying to work out what a working-class, typical woman from the streets of London would talk like.
Where am I putting it?
Ooh. I'm going to say A.
A for Ace.
A for Ace.
Now this guy...
In narrative, compelling. I thought it's clever how they writ him, clever how he started, clever how he ended. In narrative, not a likeable character.
No.
So he's going to be... Because... we've agreed to put Amy on D because she wasn't a nice character. I think we should put Adam on D as well, because he wasn't a nice person, was he? When you look back.
No.
So I think... And Adelaide Brooke, I nearly forgot that name. I'm going to put a Time Lord, or A.
How many episodes?
Because of her, she's in 1 and she has cameo scenes. Because of the fact it was The Waters of Moors, just watch it. You'll know what I'm talking about. She actually stood up to the Doctor, and one of the few people who stood up to the Doctor and was actually right in what she was saying, arguably.
Who's this? Is this a man or a woman?
He's called Adric. It has been speculated, actually, by the Doctor Who community that this is actually one of the Doctor's companions that had Asperger's. They never actually said it in dialogue, but it's widely speculated because of the way he was. Had a good death. He was the first Doctor Who companion no, a lie. The first continuous Doctor Who companion on screen who died. Because the other companions left willingly, but he died in an episode called Earthshock that started the Cybermen. The character could have done a lot more.
Solid B?
I'm going to have to say C, to be honest, because it's up to you, but I think C.
Can this guy just go slightly higher just because he's wearing a kilt? Did he always wear the kilt?
Jamie was one of the longest serving companions, just falling behind just Sarah Jane Smith. I would say A.
You'd say A?
I would say A.
Right.
He was definitely the most loyal of the Doctor's companions.
Did he always wear the kilt?
Yes. Yes, he did, actually. I really do think he did. Every episode I've seen
Can you imagine a Dalek's coming down the hall, the Doctor pulls out his sonic screwdriver and he lifts his kilt? Get a look at it!
You remember in the day it was meant to be a kids' programme, but no. I can imagine at least.
Astrid. I mean, they just put her in there for star power.
Yeah.
That's it. She's... I'll put her a D.
I think, Harriet Jones is... Yeah.
She's not a bad character. It's just she's just... Rory.
Okay, yeah, because he was a good Doctor companion.
I like his character.
Yeah.
And the amount of crap he took off, like Amy and the Doctor calling him an idiot and things like that.
I'm not happy with him being above Graham though, or Ace for that matter. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right, I'll put him with Graham in it.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Barbara, the Doctor's first companion, or amongst the Doctor's first companions.
Oh yeah.
People will expect me to put her right at the top because she is the first and the novelty of the first. Strong character, definitely, but not Time Lord worthy. So I'm gonna have to put her at A or B.
Put her at B.
At B.
Who's this? In black and white. This is old.
Ben.
The boy.
Amongst the first Doctor's last companions, forgettable. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel people look at him fondly because he was around the show's memorable moments, the Doctor's first regeneration. But as a character...
Was he bland?
Yeah, I feel he was. So...
Yeah. I don't recognise this person.
Pearl Mackie.
This is from his era.
Yes, he was Peter Capaldi's last companion. No, she was Peter Capaldi's last companion. Bill Potts, the character's name was. I always remember the actress name with this one before the character. Again, they tried to do more with it, but it failed. I wouldn't put it at D. I'd put it at C. I'd put it at C, personally. Time Lord.
Okay. Do I have to?
Yes.
I mean, I could leave him at Harriet Jones.
You put him at Harriet Jones. We are going to fall
I know
out.
The community love him so much. They do actually. He's
Yeah.
quite a fond character.
Nicholas Courtney is the actor, and he played the Brigadier. Arguably,
the Doctor's only friend.
Yeah, if you don't class the companions as well. Well, no, I'd actually say Benson, Mike Yates. It was all together with Unit.
But basically, the Unit we've got today, they only know about the Doctor because he was such good friends with the Doctor.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Mike Yates, again, he's part of the Unit family. I wouldn't put him in Time Lord. I think that'd be overdoing it a bit. But I'd put him at B. He actually had a story arc, Mike Yates. He turned against Unit, and then he turns good again. But yeah. It ain't Polly. It isn't Vicky. It's Vicky. It is Vicky. Very forgettable. Very bland. Yeah. I'm afraid so.
Catherine Tate.
Time Lord.
She gave the show something.
Absolutely.
Paul McGann's companion. You surprised I knew that, huh?
I am surprised.
Yeah.
Where would you put her? I don't know if I can rate her because I don't really have an opinion on her. She's there, and
she's there. She's in one movie, one story, and I haven't seen her since. So
I'd put her at C. I don't think she's D. I think D's harsh. Liz Shaw, played by the actress Caroline Flack. I can't believe I know all this. I really don't.
Did you say Caroline Flack?
Caroline Ford.
Oh, right. I was going to say, no.
Oh, my God. No, I didn't say that. Caroline Ford. John Pertwee's first companion. Quite bland, actually.
See? Well, early Doctor Who had a real problem writing companions, especially they were women. Who's this fine
Mike
figure of man?
Yates.
Looks like a country and western singer.
Part of unit, part of the Brigadiers lot, same as Sergeant Benson and Mike Yates. Quite forgettable. He was there in Genesis of the Daleks. So again, another character that was around the show during Doctor Who's pivotal moments.
D?
But C.
C.
I think, yeah, he's another C. Very Jack Lads. Who is that?
I haven't got a clue.
Oh, William Russell, and he plays Ian Chesterton. I would say he's quite a strong character. Actually, I'd say I'd definitely put him at A.
It's the first black and white character to be up there.
Yeah.
Besides, we've actually put him higher than William Hartnell.
Ooh.
Oh.
I think we should leave him in A.
The choice has been.
Yeah, no argument. I'm not even going to go down there. Captain Jack, John Barrowman. He's that good. He's got his own show. Argument won with that.
James Corden was in that one.
I'll
episode.
let you rate 2 episodes actually.
Two episodes.
He
was in one episode that's actually very close to a H.P. Lovecraft story, which is one of my favourites, called "The Music of Eric Zahn." Not exactly, but it deals with like someone in the attic doing. He can't really act for crap. He plays James Corden.
He does actually.
So
my mum loves him though.
By that logic, and he slightly annoyed me. I'm just putting him at D. He was good to be in it. Clara Oswald can just.
I'd say D, but yeah, put it where Harriet Jones.
She was good at first. The idea.
Yeah.
So honestly, for me, she started at A. Then she started to annoy me. I'd put her at C.
Ooh.
She belongs with her doctor.
Really? Better than Amy? Because I'm not keen on Amy, but no. It's up to you. If you want to put her at C, put her at C. I just disagree with that.
See, Amy had some good episodes.
Yeah, okay, put Amy at C with Matt Smith then. I think that's fair. Jo Grant. She actually makes an appearance in Sarah Jane Smith's show. Quite likeable assistant. A companion.
Isn't she played a bit dizzy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember her quite well then. She had a naff ending how she left. I didn't think it was written well. I'm gonna have to put her at B, to be honest.
B, not C?
No, I think C's harsh. B.
This is a very interesting character. It's a shape-shifting robot that joined the Doctor, who started off as a villain.
Who was built by the Master.
Then became a villain, a good guy, then a villain again, and the Doctor had to kill him.
Yeah.
Which is quite a sad thing. Just for that.
He stays in the TARDIS for a long time as well.
He's very much the old classic Who version of this fella.
Yeah, he's... do you know what? I think we should need to put him in A. You're going to hate me. But I think...
I love the idea. This person?
I can't even see because you... Oh, I don't even know the name of her, but I know who she is. She was in one of the... considered to be one of the greatest William Hartnell episodes. She died in 3 or 4 episodes in her tenure. Very bland, but very memorable. I'd say C.
She was bland, D?
I'd say C. I think D's harsh for D actually. Yeah, because not a lot of people.
Now this person who's like basically Leela, who as far as we know from a little bit of research, Futurama Leela, some of the ideas
is named after her. I've been told.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say B actually. Maybe even A, but I think B's right. Very bland, very forgettable, but a good Doctor Who companion. He just seems to have a good chemistry with William Hartnell. He actually ended up in the TARDIS by accident as well. Yeah. Martha Jones. Do you know what? I like her, but I've come across a lot of people that don't. So
I would put her at B because I do like her more than Amy and Clara, but she did start to grate on me.
Right, interesting one. This.
Who's this?
Bonnie Langford and
Orange.
Oh, I forget the character she plays. I always remember the actress before the character. Bonnie Langford. Oh, bear with me.
Where would you put her?
I can't remember the character's name. People are going to hate me and scream at me, the die-hard Doctor Who fans. A lot of people walked out in Doctor Who production because they cast her. Interesting fact.
Why?
Because people felt... Now, I'm not going to voice an opinion here. I've got to be very careful. People felt, because Doctor Who was on its last legs, bearing in mind they cast her in 85, 86, you first see her in a 4-part episode, or 4-parter called The Trial of a Time Lord. And people cast her because she was big in the theatre. She was good for pantomime. And people walked out because people felt John Nathan Turner, who at the time was running the show, wasn't taking the show serious anymore by casting pantomime actors. So I personally felt she was an interesting character. Again, I wouldn't say forgettable, but I personally think she should be at sea. I don't think I think
this
Time
man,
Lord.
He has been the companion of an older Doctor.
Peter Cushing.
I don't know Peter Cushing.
Do you want to rate him in this? Because it's separate continuity. Peter Cushing's Doctor, well, people tend to remember Peter Cushing. Oh, out of 10?
No, who is he?
He has his own continuity.
Does he?
He has the 2 movies. Yeah, it's its own canon. It's not part of the Doctor Who show.
Really?
Yeah, the Doctor's human in the films. In the Peter Cushing's portrayal.
That's why he's in both. Different. It's different canon.
Yeah. Interesting. Do you want me to rate Peter Cushing's Doctor? Even though you haven't got him, I would say a good A.
Good A.
Yeah. That, for those who don't know, that's a Doctor who followed its own canon. The films had its own canon, but yeah. Sarah Jane Smith, Time Lord.
That man, he killed David Tennant. So you know.
Yes, he did, didn't he? He was a man who knocked 4 times.
Who's this?
I was going to say Sarah Jane Smith, but it's not. It's Nyssa. Where is Sarah Jane? Oh, she's there.
Yeah.
Again, she was famous for her father being murdered by the Master, and it was she was the first debut of Anthony Ainley's Master. The first time you see the Master regenerate. She was also when Tom Baker regenerated. So another character who's the Doctor Who's pivotal moments, but wasn't necessarily a strong character herself. Quite bland. I'm going to have to say C again. I wouldn't say she's D material.
So would you happily sit there and watch
definitely
a YouTube video of her greatest moments?
No.
Well, then D it is.
This is great.
I love the idea of this man.
I'd say he's A. The character, not because...
Basically, it was a human that thought he was the Doctor.
Yeah.
Leading to some brilliant moments with the sonic screwdriver. Pass me the sonic screwdriver. It's a screwdriver. And it's sonic.
Right. Nicola Byron. Again, remember the actress's name. Perry. Perry. Do you know what? I think her character developed greatly. She was very loyal to the Doctor in narrative perspective. I don't like the reason why she was cast. She was cast because it would add sex appeal. John Nathan Turner's words was, I wanted to cast her to get the dads back in watching Doctor Who. Yeah, so...
But did she have a good character?
Later on, I felt she had a good story arc.
So C?
I would say C, yeah.
All right.
Polly was, again, there when she was with Ben. So saw the first Doctor regenerate. So, again, the pivotal moment. Forgettable character though, very bland.
D.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I like Anika Wells.
The only character that we really don't like is River Song.
Yeah.
Now I am going to.
Them two are the same character. Because she regenerated.
She regenerated, but it's technically 2 characters.
Oh, okay, of course. Yeah, if we're doing different Doctors, of course. I preferred.
Who was the first?
Not that one. The other one. The one. Yeah.
So this is a companion to travel with...
The first Doctor Who companion who was actually from the same place as the Doctor.
Yeah, she was a Time Lord.
Are you... yeah, but she's... You're not putting her at Time Lord.
No, it's just to show which Doctor she was with.
The 4th Doctor. Very bland, very forgettable, the first Romana. She was only in 4 episodes, I want to say.
But she was always shown to be his better and equal.
Yes.
Good idea. Which was rare for Doctor Who to have someone...
They actually hinted that Romana was more intelligent than the Doctor.
Exactly.
So I like...
There's been no other companion that's been like that.
should I tell? Again, Romana, not so much the character. Got to be really careful here. But there's an episode in which you see the first time you see that actress portraying Romana, and she's in a school uniform. And the reason why she was in a school uniform was to get the dads watching Doctor Who.
But as a character,
I really enjoyed her.
She's a Time Lord.
Yeah.
And also is shown to be sometimes the Doctor's better and more intelligent, and she sort of like strings him along a little bit.
Yeah, I like
the regeneration scene. You can tell she's taking the mick out of him.
Yes,
big time.
You can. Yes.
Because for those that don't
know... A lot
of
Doctor Who fans hate that scene, by the way.
I quite like it.
I think it's interesting.
It shows that when a Time Lord regenerates, they can pick what they look like.
Yes. How many times did she regenerate in that scene, though? If we take that scene seriously, it's meant to be took as tongue-in-cheek. You're not meant to take that scene seriously.
My personal theory is as long as the energy is still around them, it's not, like, fixed.
Do you reckon she's regenerating, or do you reckon she's just picking and choosing? Not sort of teasing the Doctor. My headcanon is I don't think she's actually regenerating. She can't be.
Well, that's a
topic for another day.
Okay, these next three I'm leaving till last.
Right, Susan, Sarah Jane Smith, and Rose Tyler.
This fella,
Sergeant Benson, played by the John Levine. I like him for the simple reason being he was your everyday man. He wasn't as fierce as the Brigadier. He wasn't as clever as the Doctor. He was just an outside. He was best way to describe him. He was the only sane man in a mad world.
So C. Or B.
I'm gonna say B. I'm gonna have to say B. Yeah.
Who's this?
Where you click? Oh, Tegan Javanka, played by. Yeah, she actually did talk like that. She was a British actress trying to play a Gobby Aussie, an Australian woman. They actually refer to her as a Gobby Aussie in Doctor Who. So, she was the companion during Tom Baker's last few episodes and throughout a lot of Peter Davison's run. I didn't like the way she left, although she's quite memorable because she was always very shouty. Personally, I didn't like her as a companion. I'm going to have to put her at D, I'm afraid. Jeanette Fielding, I just remember the actress's name.
This person.
The most blandest, forgettable Doctor Who companion I have ever seen. Vicky. She is called Vicky.
This person.
Vicky and Victoria. I don't remember her name, but I know she was a Doctor during the second Doctor. Very forgettable, I would say. I've not seen a lot of episodes with her in it, so to be honest, I don't think I can rate her. I'm going to be honest with you.
Leave her at D then.
Yeah.
This guy looks like a paedophile. I'm going to cut that out.
Yeah, I think you should, mate, to be honest. Anyway.
Right. This guy.
Turlough, interesting what they did with him. He was the first, and as far as I know, only Doctor Who companion who was where the first few episodes he was in it was trying to kill the Doctor. He started off in the Black Guardian trilogy. Interesting backstory about him. He's an alien. And he lost his family and he got fostered on Earth. They'd sent him into an orphanage. Aliens dropped him as a young child and sent him to a boarding school. And the only guardian he had was a solicitor. Do you know what? I like him. I like the actor. He actually works a lot. The actor who played Turlough did a lot of work with Steve Irwin. I like him. So, yeah, definitely. People are going to hate me because there were quite a few people who didn't like Turlough. Because he was a villain. I can't remember her name. I know who she is. She was present with the Doctor with Jamie the first time you see the Time Lords and caused the second Doctor to regenerate. As a character, very bland, but I don't think she deserves to be in D. I think she deserves a solid C.
Right.
Now here we are.
Now the big three. Arguably the biggest and most recognisable, or the most with lore elements.
Where do you want? I actually heard a solid argument about Rose because I've always rated Rose quite well. Although someone has said that she is overrated and gave me some solid reasoning why she was overrated.
I think this might have been me.
Might have been you. Do you reckon it was you? Because do you feel she's overrated?
She's very overrated, yeah.
How do you feel about the Doctor's Rose love chemistry they had? Because she's meant to be the first companion. in canon that the Doctor
I think
actually
it
had
was
feelings
good
for.
at first, then it grated on me, and now it's annoying that every companion has to try and bone the Doctor.
Yeah, she started off a fad, really. That's got an annoying.
I like the implements that she's the reason for Captain Jack existing. She's Big Bad Wolf. She's all this sort of stuff. She had some alright episodes, but also acting prowess wasn't amazing at this time for her, especially around Christopher Eccleston's episode. She did get a lot better at acting. She has been in quite a lot. I would honestly put her at B.
B.
What do you think?
I would agree with that. Sarah Jane Smith, the woman who travelled with the Fourth Doctor, the woman who came back, the woman who has her own show, Time Lord.
Great. Now, this character might confuse a lot of people.
Susan, the Doctor's granddaughter.
The Doctor's only, as far as we know, living biological relative.
Yes, it is.
The Doctor's granddaughter, who according to new law implementations is also... He helped create.
Yeah.
As well as being granddaughter. That's his granddaughter. That means the Doctor had children.
Yes. It's been confirmed a couple of times, actually, that the Doctor...
Had a family.
Yeah.
This.
See, Susan's one of them. I don't really...
I'd put her at C.
I'm going to put her... She was very... No, I think C's right, to be honest. I do think C's right.
Wow.
We've done it. We've rated all the Doctors.
That has been our list of all Doctors and companions. We might have missed one or two. If we have, don't hate us. That is our list. Thanks for watching. We're getting back on track with videos now.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. Share.
Absolutely.
Angry comments.
Yeah. Do you reckon we'll get many angry comments? Depending on how much...
Any comment's a good comment.
Very paraphrasing Oscar Wilde, I feel.
Maybe.
Any publicity
is good publicity. Yeah. Exactly.
Hope you enjoyed this video, and like always, be kind to yourself.
I've been Koala.
And I've been Dancing Bear.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.